So I'll go ahead and just get going here. Welcome again to Ticket Training Tuesday. This week we'll be talking about notifications that are possible within Ticket. We've talked about automations in the past, and actually I will share that link if I can get to it really fast. And automations are the primary way that we send notifications in Ticket, but I just want to, kind of touch on the how, the why, and the where, and all of that. So that's what we'll be talking about today. Um, Once again, just welcome to Ticket Training Tuesday. We do this every week. Please let us know what you like, don't like. If there's something that you want to see, feel like we need to get deeper with, we would be happy to go deeper there and, deliver a session that's going to deliver value for you guys so you get the most out of Ticket. A little bit of housekeeping. Of course, this session is being recorded. As I said, I recorded it. And like I said, I've already posted the link to the automation session, which is, one of these previous Ticket Training Tuesday sessions. We have a page that contains all of those sessions, including this one. The recording will be posted here once it's complete. So feel free to go back there, check those out if you haven't seen them already, if you haven't attended before. I definitely see some familiar names here, so I appreciate the attendance of everybody that's both been here before and new. Appreciate that. It makes it, it makes it nice for us to come and do this and know that people are actually probably getting something out of it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be turning up, right? So appreciate that. Once again, if there's anything else you want to know about, anything you want us to go deeper on, please let us know that. And in the context of this session, feel free to speak up, come off mute and ask questions. And hopefully me or some of my other teammates here can get those answered. So here's my agenda. I've already covered most of that. So I will move right along. Just a quick intro about me. Most of you have probably heard this before, but my name is Justin Workman. I'm a consultant at Sierson, delivering professional services across all of our products, including Ticket. Um, that is me. So let's talk about notifications. Why are we notifying and kind of how are we notifying? So one of the reasons that we notify is our audience. So when a ticket comes in, if it's been assigned to a user, that's one notification. If obviously the requester knows they put it in, but we will send them a receipt, very common scenario to, let the let the end user know we have received your ticket. Here's your ticket number. Here's how you can keep up with it, etc. And of course, that shows up in the Ticket Virtual Agent as soon as they submit it there. But if they submit it via email, we send them a notification. If we create a ticket on their behalf in the web portal, then we send them a notification for that as well. So, and once again, agents and requesters receive different notifications. But then, like I said, there's different sources. So Ticket Virtual Agent being one of those sources, but a notification can also come in via email. So maybe some folks, prefer email, especially agents. Maybe they don't live in Teams or they don't live in Ticket and they want to receive those notifications via email. We can accommodate that. And in fact, we can send to both. And then once again, different styles of notifications. So like I said, if you've got an end user and an assignee or an agent, you don't want them necessarily getting the same body of a notification, and so therefore we can customize the style and maybe your particular brand of end user wants a different style of notification. You can accommodate that as well. So that's kind of the why, and I will hopefully be showing more of the how. So there is my demo slide. I am going to drag this over and I'm going to share that screen. Bear with me one moment. I think this is the right one. It is. Can everybody see that okay? I can't even no, I can't even see if anybody's responding or anything now. Um,
We
all
can see,
good.
bud. We can
Okay,
see.
I
Yeah, I
appreciate
can
it.
see
I
it.
appreciate it. Yeah,
Keep doing your thing.
great. Cool. I'm gonna maximize that. Hopefully that's not too small. Um, right, so like I said, automations, I'm actually gonna start down here because one of the things that I want to highlight in talking about notifications is that there are several that come out of the box, right? As soon as you install a ticket, a lot of these are turned on. Um, that includes things like status change. These are the ones for the requesters that come through in Ticket Virtual Agent. Um, things like status change, approval added, approval rejected. Um, obviously, send the response when the ticket is created. All of those can be turned off. And the reason you might want to do that is because you might want to configure your own custom notification for those events, which is definitely possible. And we're going to look a little bit closer at that here in just a moment. And then once again, when a ticket comes in via email, just that, dual channel support that we have for notifications. If a ticket comes in via email, these are the ones that they're going to get when a ticket is created or approval is rejected, approved, etc., change status. Same ones we have up here. Um, you can add additional ones here, just FYI. But yeah, what we're going to kind of focus on here is the custom notifications. So actually, I'll just turn all these off and I'll save that. So all my kind of out-of-box notifications are turned off, and I'm going to configure a couple of those from scratch. So sorry, just slowing down for just a moment. I'm going to automation. This is where you would go to configure a custom automation. So I'm going to create a new automation. This one will be to notify requester of receipt of the ticket. So I'm going to wait to enable that until I get it kind of built out. Spelled receipt wrong. Naturally, I before E, except after C. So when a ticket is added, I'm not going to do any further criteria here because we're once again replacing the out-of-box ticket receipt notification. So I'm going to go to Notification Center. And I'm actually going to turn on Teams and email all at once. And I'm going to select requester in both because once again, replacing that out-of-box notification. One big difference here that I've done relative to the out-of-box is this will go out on this email notification will go out on every new ticket, not just the ones created via email, whereas the original ticket, the original notification only goes out to tickets created via email. So it is possible to send an email notification to a requester even if they didn't submit via email. So I just want to kind of focus here on the card that they'll be receiving. So you can, like I said, control the style of the card. You can control the header of the card. And if you click on this button here, the selected card is a simple card, and this is pretty close to what it's going to look like. We have these variables here, and I'll just quickly show that if you type a double left bracket, it allows you to select some additional variables, and these are all just properties of that ticket, and including latest comment, and then all of the kind of standard properties that you might expect to see on the ticket. Once again, that's double curly braces. Pick that. It's going to finish that out for you. So you can, once again, adjust the content of that notification. And then going back here to the card for just a moment, you can switch to a generic ticket card. So this is going to be kind of more close to what you see in the Ticket Virtual Agent by default, except that it's going to have your custom header, if you will, and then it's going to have the standard header that you see in Ticket Virtual Agent by default, and then it's also going to have your custom body. And along with that, you'll get the comments, etc. Whereas the simple card doesn't have any of that. And then the edit ticket card is once again slightly different in the fact that it comes with the custom form answers and I think maybe one or two extra buttons. No, the edit card doesn't have the comments, but you can make a comment to a ticket. So that's the differences in the simple, generic, and edit. And once again, all the changes you make here are reflected. I'm just going to make a quick drastic change so that you see those reflected in all of those forms. So still have that custom body that we can figure out here, but there's just slightly different existing structure for those cards. And then I also wanted to touch on this really quickly. So if you select this box for one of those notifications, it is going to actually update that card when the criteria for this ticket is met. So on like if this criteria was filtered down on say priority and the priority changed, this it wouldn't send a new notification, it would simply update this notification. So similar to the way I'm sure most of you are agents in Ticket, and you've seen the ticket kind of update in the ticket channel in Teams, that this would be a similar experience. So once this is checked, this card is just going to update with the current status of the ticket, the state of the ticket, more specifically, not just the status property, but the way the ticket is currently. You know, like if this group changed, that would be reflected in this new body versus an entirely new card that would be sent. So. Moving right along, once again, I've selected requester and email notification this time. And similar to the way you configure the ticket body, you can configure the email body. Any questions so far? Okay. I do want to show, so I'm not going to save this, but I'm going to kind of switch gears here slightly and select assignee versus requester. Um, and that will be a slightly different notification. Once again, you can see that the default body for the assignee says, hey, requester first name. That's actually not what you would probably want in that scenario, because this is going to the assignee, right? So you can actually change the greeting there to be the assignee. Hey, assignee. And once again, this is coming in the Ticket app in Teams versus the Ticket Virtual Agent app. So if you've selected Teams notification and you select the requester and the assignee, both of these notifications are going to go, but they're going to go in different channels. So one's going to be the Ticket Virtual Agent with its own body, and this one is going to be the agent with its own body, once again, and it's going to the Ticket app. The gotcha there is if you do that for requester and assignee, there's only one body because there's only one channel, right? Which is email. And so, you know, if you wanted to send a notification to both the requester and the assignee, you might want to think about splitting those out so that this body would reflect the different audience for that particular notification. Any questions about notifications? I feel like I went through that really fast, so if I missed anything, didn't hang out long enough on a particular, kind of subtopic, please let me know.
These recordings are great. Don't worry about going fast. We can slow-mo them. No problem.
I shudder to think what my voice might sound like in slow-mo.
You're fine.
I appreciate that, Kareem. Thank you for that. Any questions? I am going to start actually over, and or actually, I'll just show you kind of another possibility with notification. And that is this SLA modified trigger. You could do added, but I'm just going to stick with modified. One of the benefits of that is when a ticket is approaching SLA breach, you can actually trigger notification to the agent for that, whether that's via email or Teams, it really doesn't matter. But um, if you've seen, I'll go to tickets real fast. I'm all of mine breach because I create tickets and then I never deal with them. So like all of my SLAs breach. I know I've got some. Oh, they're popping up there. So you can see here, I had this high priority SLA was applied to a ticket, and I never changed the status of that ticket. Therefore, that breached. You can configure notifications for that. So if SLAs is something you're tracking, you can switch. You can select SLA modified and then the state of that SLA. There's only a handful of private name and state are the only things on the SLA object type. So once you're configured for SLA modified, state change to, I had approaching breach. You can also change that to breach. So if you wanted to notify after breach, then that's a possibility. But if you wanted to try to, mitigate a potential breach, you can send that state change on approaching breach. And then once again, that would most likely go to the assignee and then they could deal with that. Or you might send it to the group. That way, if maybe the current assignee is out and their ticket's about to breach, maybe the group can handle that. So once again, just, another option in terms of notification. That's handy if you're tracking SLAs. Any questions about that? Nope. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing and I'm gonna go back to my deck. Maybe. Oh, we've still got folks coming in. I mean, that is pretty much my demo. So once again, if you have questions, feel free. I'll give you a minute or two longer here. If you want to come off mute and ask a question, type it in the chat, anything like that. Otherwise, feel free to email with questions. Once again, this is being recorded and it will go up um, on the Help Center site that I posted in the chat there. As soon as it's kind of down, rendered, and available on our side, it'll go up there on YouTube.
Appreciate that, Justin. Yeah, if we can, please do whatever we need to make sure the video goes up sooner rather than later, because the email one from last week didn't go up until yesterday. So if anything, you guys can do just to make sure it gets up there. They're really valuable to me.
Okay, I'll see what I can do there. I don't typically get those up, so I'm not sure what's involved there, but I'll see what I can do.
That'd be appreciated. Thanks, Justin.
Yep. Okay, going once. Any more questions or comments? All right, well, I'm gonna cut it off then. I will say once again, thank you everybody for coming out. Definitely appreciate it. Come back next week. We'll have another session. I was going to look and see if I could figure out what it is. Next week will be multi-department with Mr. Jeff Ross. That will be good, no doubt. So come back and check that out. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good day.